Everybody, my name is Will. I create custom AI sales systems, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to build your own AI call booking agent for insurance. It's going to basically send out a greeting text message through SMS to your lead. It's going to go back and forth, asking a few qualifying questions, collecting some information, and then it's going to help them schedule a call on the Google Calendar based on your availability for and when they're able to speak. So the AI is going to look at your availability, give open appointment times, and then if the lead is able to speak during one of those times, it's going to then put that on the calendar for you. If they're able to speak immediately or within the next 2 hours, it will notify the business basically saying, hey, this lead is hot, they're ready to speak right now. And so that's how it's going to work. Now, obviously, you'll be able to customize all these different things and the behavior of the AI. I'm just giving you my AI here that you guys can use as a template to then customize and then make it work for your specific use case and exactly what you want the AI to do. For example, if you don't want the AI to do basically if they're able to speak immediately, if you want the AI to only book calls and not do any sort of transfer, then you can customize it to do so. I'm just going to give you the tools and the knowledge to do all that, and so you guys can customize it to do what you want. Now, like I said, I'm going to build this for specifically insurance in this case. Now, there's obviously different types of insurance, and so you'll be able to customize the questions and information it collects and behavior of the AI to make it work for your specific use case, and ask whatever questions you want it to ask and not ask whatever questions you don't want it to ask. So you can make it work for your compliance and whatever you want it to do and not do. So that's how it's going to work, and you'll also be able to apply this to other business models as well, not just insurance. My goal here is to give you guys like I said, the knowledge and the tools to basically make this work for whatever you want it to. So we're going to be using this platform called Relevance AI. Now, Relevance AI is currently my favorite platform for building AI agents on, and so we're going to be using that platform in this video. It's going to give us the ability to give our AI tools, which are the ability to check calendar availability, book calls on the calendar, and then send notifications to Go High Level, update contact fields in Go High Level as well, and send text messages back and forth with our lead through Go High Level. So that is how we're going to do this. And like I said, you can make pretty much Relevance AI work with any software you can think of as long as that software has an API. Relevance AI can pretty much connect to that software through their API and interact with different softwares, whether it's Google Sheets or other softwares and CRMs. You can make it work for pretty much anything. But in this video, I'm going to be doing Google Sheets and Go High Level, or not Google Sheets, Google Calendar and Go High Level. So let's do a quick demonstration of what it is. So this is a Go High Level workflow. You're going to get this workflow in the form of a snapshot. Now, not just this one. There's probably 5 or 6 different workflows that we're going to be using in Go High Level. I'm going to offer as a snapshot. You'll obviously be able to find those in the links in the description, along with templates for the different tools and Relevance AI bots, so you guys can basically just jump straight into customizing it and connecting everything together, making it work for your business. So I'm going to try and make this as easy as possible for you. So I'm going to give everything you need to get this up and running. So I'm going to hit run test. This is going to simulate a new lead coming through. So the way I'm going to set this up is going to be for fresh lead just comes through, Facebook Messenger, or not Facebook Messenger, Facebook ads or Google ads or a landing page, and then they just submit their information. They're interested in final expense coverage. We'll jump over to our agent here. You can see the agent spun up a new instance, and then you can see this that automation came through a webhook. It triggered our AI agent to activate here. Now its message from contact is insurance. This isn't from the contact. This is just what the keyword that triggers our AI, which you'll see what I mean by that when we dive into the AI agent itself. Along with some information, my name, phone number, and then the date and time for context. So you can see there. So you can see our AI says, hey, Will, this is Will from Life. Now, obviously, it's going to me, so this is going to be my name as well. Hey, Will, this is Will. And then it says from life insurance company. You'll be able to change life insurance company to whatever you need to make it. It's just a placeholder. Would you prefer to do a quick 10 or 5 to 10 minute call or continue with texting for the time being? So this message would obviously go out as a text message to my phone, but in this case, I'm just going to be going back and forth with the AI through this platform, through Relevance to show you the demonstration. What happened? Don't know what happened there. Um, Going to be going back and forth with it in Relevance to show you the demonstration just to make it easier. That way we can blow through the demonstration. The reason being is there's a uh, sort of a delay on the Go High Level workflows because the way I have it set up to handle multiple rapid messages from the user in the Go High Level workflow, which has a 30-second delay timer. So every time we message it, it would take probably a minute to get a response, and there's just no need to do all that for um, just for just for a demonstration. So if anything will load, my gosh, nothing's loading. So if we go down to contact here, you can see our AI made a reply here, and then here in just a few minutes it will come out as a text message in this conversation thread. This is from yesterday, but yeah, so this message will come through as a text here in just a minute to the lead, which is me. And then so in this case, I would reply saying, hey, just texting for now. So when I reply through here, the AI is going to reply back. Now, obviously, if I was to reply to this conversation over text message, I would text back and forth to the agent. But in this case, like I said, I'm just going to demonstrate it here in this window on Relevance to get through the demonstration quickly. So no problem. Are you looking for coverage for yourself, your loved one, myself, and oops, self and my wife? Got it. How much coverage are you looking for if you're not sure? Final expense typically ranges from 5 to 50K each. Great. What state are you in and your wife? What state are you and your wife in? Say Florida. It says, thanks. Just to confirm, you're both in Eastern Standard Time Zone, right? When would be a good time for a 4-minute call to see what we can get you qualified for? All right. So you can see I asked for a 6:30 appointment. The AI went ahead and checked the Google Calendar availability to. This is the no calendar right here, so you can see today nothing at 6:30. So um, it went ahead and checked it. 6:30 was available. 6:30 p.m. work today works. I'll go ahead and book that for you. Can I have your wife's name for the appointment? Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm not married, but I'll just make something up. Sarah. So you can see here it went ahead and scheduled the appointment on the calendar and then updated Go High Level basically with notifications saying, which I just got here on my phone, and it says notification for Will Cooksey, which is me. Scheduled a call for Will Cooksey and his wife Sarah on 7/25/2024 for 6:30 p.m. to discuss. I could just show you guys, but so you can see if you click on it here, this is what it notified me. Scheduled a call for Will Cooksey and his wife Sarah on 7/25/2024 at 6:30 p.m. to discuss $50,000 of coverage each. So you can see that's the notification updated and sent to my phone. So obviously me pretending to be the business owner, I would receive that notification. And then it also booked the appointment for me. You can see here at 6:30 p.m. on the Google Calendar. It says Will Cooksey appointment for Will Cooksey and his wife, Sarah, to discuss $50,000 of coverage each. Obviously, my name's here both times because I'm, in this case, the lead and the person being notified. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be building. It's going to be able to do, all kinds of different, it's obviously going to be able to go through full conversations with people, ask when it's asked. This is just a series of questions you guys will be able to change. You guys can have it ask no questions if you want and just go straight to booking the call if you want. Just depends on what you really want it to do. Now, for example, if I was to, during this conversation, let's just say right here, when I said earlier that it will be able to, if they want to speak immediately, let's just say right here it says, would you prefer to do a 5 to 10 minute call or continue with texting? If I was to say call, the AI would go do none of this. It would immediately send a notification, just like it did to my phone, but instead it would say something like, hey, lead Will Cooksey is ready to speak immediately. If there's an agent available. And so then I, as the business owner, would either call them or delegate this through a Go High Level workflow to go to the agents, and one of the agents call. It just depends. You guys will have to just make the sort of flow of what's happening and the different options the AI can do to make it work for your business. But like I said, you guys will be able to customize it so you can make it work for your specific use case and do what you want. So that is how that works. You can see over here we have our connected tools. We have the schedule, appointment on Google Calendar, check Google Calendar availability, Go High Level, update contact fields, insurance. So that is all the tools that our AI is going to be using. Again, like I said, you guys will get this AI agent access to this template. I'm going to give you the tool templates so you guys can piece it all together. I'm going to go through on this video here and piece the different parts together, and then we'll go through the Go High Level workflow and how it all syncs together and how it all works. But so just to cover a few bases, this AI is going to be able to respond through SMS text to leads that come in to your business. Now you could also set this up to message a list of leads as well through Go High Level. So if you have a list and you upload a list, you could have it message all the different leads instead of them having to come in from ads. You could just have it. You could set the workflow up to do this through a list of age leads or fresh leads, whatever it is. You could have it do that as well. Obviously, you'll just have to modify the workflows to work for whatever you want. But the AI will also be able to handle multiple quick messages from the leads. So to be able to handle, if your lead messages 2 times quickly, let's just say they say, for example, when it asks about if this coverage is for me or a loved one, I said myself and my wife. Well, what if I was to say myself, send, and then I also said my wife too, send? The AI traditionally would make 2 responses to both those messages, which wouldn't seem very human-like, but in this case, the way we have our workflow set up, it's going to respond to both messages with 1 response, which is what a human would do. So that's very important that our AI does that. It also has automatic lead follow-up. So if they stop responding during the text conversation, after 4 hours, it'll send a message that you'll be able to customize that just says, hey, contact name, just refreshing this conversation. If after 24 hours they don't respond to that one, then it will say, hey, just refreshing this conversation one more time. If it's easier for you, you can do a quick call. And then, so it does automatic follow-up as well. So we're covering a bunch of different bases. Pretty much this is designed to automate your appointment setting process for, like I said, whatever business you want to make it work for. So hopefully that'll make sense. And like I said, there's a lot of moving parts here, but I'm going to try and break it down step by step for you guys. And I'm giving, like I said, you guys the template so you can really customize it, make it work for your specific use case. So what I'm going to do to make this as easy as possible is I'm going to jump over and do this off of a fresh template, fresh account that has nothing, and we'll kind of piece it all together step by step. So for this part, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off so I don't block anything with the screen or with the camera. All right, so we're going to be using this platform called Relevance AI. You'll need to sign up for a Relevance AI account. You'll want to do the so I have a paid account, the one that I was actually doing the demonstration on, but this is a free account I just set up strictly so we could do this demonstration, or not demonstration, so we could piece this all together from scratch for you guys, so it'll look. I can basically do it from what it would look like for you guys who just sign up with a new account, to import everything and set it all up. So if you go down here to upgrade, you'll see there's a pro plan for $19 a month. You'll need to upgrade to this, and that will allow you to get 10,000 credits per month, which is what you'll need to really run this. So you can technically set this up without upgrading at all, but you're gonna blow through your 100 credits pretty quickly. So you want to upgrade to the $20 per month one at least some point when you get it all up and running. And then what you want to do is you'll want to click integrations, and then this is where you'll want to come to Google Calendar. You'll want to add your connection by hitting click and then input plus integration. You'll get a pop-up window here. You'll click and integrate your Google Gmail account for your calendar. This is what we need to have our AI interact with the calendar. You'll need to go to integrations, and you need to go down here and you need to paste in the API key for the different LLM model that you're going to use. So this is going to be the AI that's actually going to work is going to be doing the conversations and talking. Now you need to do a minimum of GPT-4 if you're going to be working with OpenAI. So if you're not sure of what this even is, you'll want to, I can briefly go over this real quick, but you'll want to go to openai.com. I'll go to mine real quick. So you'll go to OpenAI, and this is the API. This is not ChatGPT. This is different. So it's the same company but different. So you're going to go to openai.com where they have the API. Now you're going to go to your settings. So we're going to need to get access to GPT-4. Now GPT-4 is the most powerful model from OpenAI. We need to get access to this because this is going to you have to have GPT-4 to make this work. So we're going to go down to billing. The way we get access to GPT-4 is you're going to have a minimum of, I believe it's $15 or $20 in credits on your account. So you'll need to go add a payment method, add credit balance, and you'll need to add a minimum of, I think you have to have a minimum of $10. I think when you first sign up for OpenAI, you'll get a $5 credit balance. You need to add 5 more or 10 more, it depends. So you just get a minimum of at least $10 balance at least one time, and then it'll unlock access to GPT-4. I believe they do this just so there can't be a million bot accounts running on GPT-4 so they don't bog down the usage. So you'll need to add a minimum, and then you'll need to, once you have that, you'll want to go back to your dashboard, and you'll know if you have unlocked GPT-4 because if you go to Playground, you'll be able to see the GPT-4 models here. Show more models, you should see GPT-4 up and running in there. Now, what you need to do is you go to API keys. Now, create new secret key. And then you'll name it, and then you'll create the secret key. You'll copy paste whatever that key is if you don't have one already, and you'll jump back over to Relevance and you'll paste it in your OpenAI key in here. And then if you want to use Anthropic or Claude, which honestly Claude is, well, it was briefly for Claude 3.5 Sonnet was briefly the greatest AI model up as of recently. And I was using Claude for a bit, but then they neutered it and made it a lot dumber for some reason, which sucks. But anyway, so I was using Claude, switched back to OpenAI because they dumbed Claude down so much. So now I'm back to using GPT-4. You'll paste your API key in here. If you want to use Claude, you'll paste your API key for Claude in there. Claude will still work for this. It just isn't as steerable. And then Google Gemini, if you want to use Google Gemini, you can paste your API key for that in there. So that's where you'll paste your API keys, and that's going to allow us to get our AI models up and running here. But yeah, so anyway, in the description of this video, you'll find a bunch of different links for all the different, let's take a look at the AI agent behind the scenes here. So this is the AI agent. I already imported it into my account. So what this looks like is, what I'll do is just delete this. Okay, so this is what it'll look like from or this is what it will look like from your guys' account. No AI agents yet. I deleted my AI agent, the one we're going to be using. So I'm going to import this as a template so you guys can see how this works. So in the description of the video, you'll find links for the different AI agents. The AI agent, as well as the tools that make the AI agent run and interact with Google, so you guys will be able to import these as templates, and we'll go through and how to piece it all together. So you guys, what you'll do is each one of these links, once you've signed up to your Relevance account, you'll click each one of these links and it'll look like this. So I'll just import the agent, Zedd. I name my agents like kind of futuristic names. Now it doesn't use the name Zedd, but that's just what I call it in the Relevance. So I'll click the link. It'll take me to Relevance. It'll bring up this screen. You'll hit clone agent. And so now you'll see everything. Right now you can just hit confirm and continue, save it. And then now as far as the tools go, what it looks like to copy the tools over, you have the different tools. Now I already imported them into my account, but let me just show you what it looks like to import one of these. So I just deleted this tool. So that was this one, the Zedd tool. So if I click the link for this tool, it's going to bring me here again. And then you'll see this pop up. Now this is the tool. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to clone to edit, continue, save. Pop over here, and then you'll see it's back inside of our list of tools here. So that's how you're going to do it. You're going to do that for each of these links because these are all the different tools that are here, and that's how you're going to import everything. Now, the way we piece all this together, now you can think of tools like the agent. You have the agent has the mouth, it talks back and forth with the lead, and then the tools are, you think of the agent's hands. The agent is able to interact with Google Calendar and book calls and update fields and go high level and all this different stuff. You can think of that as the agent being able to basically have hands and do things while it's talking. So that's what you saw, obviously, when I did that demonstration. The AI did the call booking and all that other stuff. So what we need to do here is you'll go to Zedd, the insurance agent, and then you go to configure agent and tools, and then you should see all of these different tools. Now, I don't really know if these are pre-set up, so what you want to do, if they're in there, just go ahead and delete them and hit the trash can button, and we'll add these back manually, just because I'm not sure if everything's pre-set up or not. But all you need to do is basically just add the go high level, add the Google Calendar availability, and then add the ability to schedule the appointments. Now you'll see these exclamation marks here. You're going to go click on these tools, and you're going to click and move these from approval required to auto run. And this just means that the AI is going to run this on its own. It knows when to run these tools. And the reason we want that is we just want the AI to do this. We want the AI to do these functions without having to ask permission. Now, if you have it set to approval required, that means that it would queue the action until you manually come into Relevance and approve the AI to do that action, which is book the call, which we don't really want to do that. In this case, I mean, there is some use cases where you may want to obviously have approval required, but at least for this case, we're just going to have it book the call because it knows the availability and it knows when to book the calls for. Now, you can also have let agent decide. Now, you can put some like measures in place where it's like book the call unless X thing, or don't book a call unless X thing. So we're going to switch all of these just to auto run for now. Now, if you go to abilities, this is just kind of internal task labeling. Now, I just have one for if they're ready to call now or in the next 2 hours. There's sort of an internal label, but it's not really super important for this for the demonstration we're doing here. I do have this do something else for another AI agent, but this isn't really super important. I mean, you can honestly turn this off, but so if you look at core instructions here, this is the set of instructions that run the AI. This is the AI's brain, if you think of it like that. This tells the AI the different tools that it has that we just gave it, when to use the tools, what to use them for. This prompt basically tells the AI how to behave, how to talk, what to do, and how to go about it. Yeah, we have the identity and role. So this is where you guys would customize this to make it work for your specific use case. Obviously, you guys saw I did a final expense coverage, example, but you can make this work for any type of insurance, really. Like you could make this work for, and if let's just say you guys company offers multiple types of insurance. I mean, like I said, this is just a more basic tutorial, but you guys can, just to give you an idea of how, like, you can have agents for all your different types of insurance, and they are all talking to the different types of leads. You could have, like, you really could have a lot of your business automated by AI agents with different tools. And again, these are just a very small amount of tools that we can basically connect our AI agent through API to basically any software and tool that's out there. So you guys can really get creative with what your AI agents can do. Now, obviously, these tools are custom set up, so there is a little bit more of a technicality to setting up custom tools. So it can get a bit more complicated for that. But again, like I said, I gave you guys the templates here that are already set these tools up. But you guys, if you know how to do API calls, then you can really make these AI agents interact with pretty much any different software you can think of, and do all kinds of different things. Now, if you look at these instructions, we kind of have the overarching goal, what the tools are, the communication style the AI follows, the identity and the role. Now, this is where you would change the name of the AI agent that's going to use. Obviously, I said it gave it my name, so and this is the placeholder for the insurance company, life insurance company. You could change this to anything you want, or even a different company that you don't have to do this for insurance. You can make it work for anything, but we basically tell it what its main responsibility is. We mentioned that it's talking directly with our leads. That's important because we want the AI's message to be made out to the lead. And what that means is we want the AI to be making the output as if it's talking directly to the lead and not talking to us and telling us what to say to the lead. So for example, the AI could say, we want the AI to say, "Hey Will, thanks for your interest in our insurance." We don't want the AI to say, "Okay, I'll tell the lead that we're happy they're interested in our insurance." We want the AI to make the output directly to the user and not to a third party. So that's important. And then we tell the AI, always respect the client's scheduling preferences and help them find a good date and time to schedule a call with us if they cannot speak right away. The booking should be confirmed when the client is fully sure about the selected time slot. And then we go to guidance and approach. Now you'll see we tell the AI how to go about the conversation. We tell it take its time, don't rush responses, go step by step. Each step is numbered 1, 2, 3, etc. Go one step at a time per message. Do not include the number of steps in the message. Address one step at a time, maintaining a sequential order. So that's instructions on how to go about the conversation that we list below here. So we have life insurance call booking process. Now, obviously, you can make this out to be whatever kind of different insurance you want, whether it's mortgage protection or just whatever. Like I said, it'll be up to you guys for what questions you want it to, ask, and what you want it to avoid. That way, you guys can make it work for whatever compliance you want to follow, and blah blah blah, and all this, all the different nuances. So if you go, you can see the way this works. Now, this is where we got into. Now, this initial greeting is going to be highly dependent on the information you're passing to the AI in your initial greeting. So if we jump back over to, and I have both these pulled up because these are clones of one another. This is the exact same AI agent I demoed for you guys. Now I'll show you what the more information on this in just a second. So the first step is insurance lead greeting message. And then I have in parentheses, because this is just kind of a side note, send this when you get the trigger word insurance. Now, if you remember, when I triggered my workflow from Go High Level, it sent the trigger word insurance. Now the AI knows I received the word insurance. Now it's time for me to send this greeting as follows. And then you saw it says, hey, name, and then this is where you can put the name of whoever's talking to them from the, and then you need change the company name. You can make the greeting whatever you want. Just understand how it's structured and how the AI output the greeting with dynamic information like my name and that stuff. So would you prefer to do and then it's the same greeting you saw it sent to me in the beginning, and then I'd let the AI know that the first message to the user will be in response to this. And then I give the AI a few different conditions here. So I say, if they are open to a call now or within 2 hours, ask for their current time zone if not already known. Now, if you ask for this information from if you ask for the state of the person when they give their information, you can pass that information to the AI through that initial workflow, and the AI can assume their time zone from the state they're located in. So if they're in Florida, for example, you can have the AI assume the time zone and not it already knows that information. Um, but in this case, I'm asking that question later on. So if I was to say I want to do a call in like an hour, the AI would ask me for my time zone to just say like, hey, just so we're on the same page, what's your time zone? It's the Eastern Standard Time. And then the AI would then send this is where it would trigger that field to update the notification in Go High Level to let me know this lead is ready to speak in an hour or whenever. Now, if I say that I want to continue with texting, it's basically going to acknowledge me and go ahead and ask this first question, which you saw it did in that demonstration. Now you can see we follow a list of questions that I want the AI to ask here. And so it does that. Now, and then at the sixth step, it asks me it says, we have a few options for you now. And it just asks me when's a good time for a 4-minute call to see what we can get qualified for. So that is how that conversation works. Now, obviously, you can make this more complex and if they give this answer, then ask this question, and you can do that. But again, you can just customize this to make it work for your specific use case. Now, if we jump back over to the actual demonstration that I did, you can see when I sent that initial greeting trigger, you can see the trigger word insurance, my name, so it knew what name to use in the greeting, and then the phone number. Now, the reason the phone number is passed through with the date and time is because the phone number is important for the update in the contact field in insurance, and the time is very important for the AI to check the Google Calendar and book the time, because the AI has to know what the current date and time is. That way it can actually book a correct date and time. Like if the person asks to speak later today, the AI has to know what today actually is. And so we pass it this information. It gives it the context to book accurate times on the calendar. So so if you look at this Go High Level workflow, the greeting we triggered to initiate the AI. If you look at the webhook, it sends out time and then when exactly this webhook was triggered, and that's how the AI knows the time. So this time goes along with the trigger of the webhook. And so the AI has context. Oh my gosh. I do not know what's up on my computer. Close some things. So we jump back over to our demo. So this is where you can change the series of questions and information that it collects. Like I said, if they give a specific answer, just like we did here in number 1, we tell the AI conditional. We basically say, if they say this response, then do this action. If they say this response, then proceed to do this action. You can do that for your other questions as well. Now, obviously, You're gonna have to test this if you're gonna change a lot of stuff. What you want to do is when you make big changes and change this process up, you're gonna want to test it, do conversations, give it different answers, make sure it's doing and following your instructions the way you want it to. And then once you have it working the way you want it to and everything's you have it dialed in, you can deploy it and have it start booking calls. So if you look, we have, again, we have a conditional response for the sixth step. We tell them based on the response, follow these steps. If they are available now or within the next 2 hours, tell them that you'll let our team know when they are wanting to speak. And then I tell the AI, then let our team know they are ready to speak, and when by updating the summary field. Again, that's the notification I got. I'm going to text me saying, hey, these are when next time. And if they want to schedule a call for later or another time, proceed to help them book a time for the call using our Google Calendar tools. Follow your training closely to ensure you don't double book appointments. So this is how the AI goes and then books the times on the calendar, and again reads the calendar availability and books the time. So you guys saw the AI book the time on the calendar. Now, these instructions are very carefully crafted here so that the AI is accurate when booking calls and does what you want it to, or books calls accurately and reads the return data from the calendar call. So if you look at the calendar, when it checked the calendar availability over here, you can see it basically searches the Google Calendar API with this specific time format. It's date, time, and 24-hour time, and then time zone. And then you can see it returns a series of times in a list here. Now, it's kind of confusing and jumbled looking, but the AI reads this as every 30-minute slot in between. It basically returns every single 30-minute slot time. Now, that is available. Now, any 30-minute time slot available or here is available for booking. If a time slot is not here, for example, let's just say 6:30 was not returned in this time slot. So let's just say it went from 5:30 to 6, and then from 6 to 7, it would recognize, oh, the 6:30 time slot is missing. It is unavailable for booking. And then it would come back and say, oh, unfortunately, 6:30 is not available for booking. We'll have to go. And then it will use those available times to offer some alternate times that are available. And so that's how that works. And so the AI in those instructions, we tell the AI how to interpret all those different times and how that all works. So as far as calendar booking goes, you really don't want to mess with this because the calendar, you don't really want to mess with these instructions because it's crafted so that the AI understands how to book calls, how to interpret the available times, and all that different stuff. So these instructions are kind of something you don't want to really mess with unless you're, you can do it if you want to, but I don't really see what reason you would want to. So anyway, this is the how the AI books calls and interprets the information. Now this is FAQs and objection handling. Now this is where you could have some predefined ways for AI to handle objections. So if there's some question you would ask where you might get pushback, you can define for the AI how you want the AI to handle that pushback. Or if you get FAQs, like frequently asked questions, you can put what the question is and what the response would be. So I give an example here. I say I won't do any phone calls at all. Let's just say the person doesn't want to speak at all. Then you can have the AI respond in a certain way. And then I basically tell the AI, tell them we can give them a quote over text, but we can't get them a policy in place over text. In order to do that, we need to have a 10 to 15 minute call to go over some information. So you could define for the AI whatever you want the response to be. And you could just make another one of these just by following this format, put whatever, and it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be this exact, the AI doesn't have to be this exact objection from the user, but if the AI recognizes that something similar is said, then it will interpret that correctly, and so you can put objection handling there. So If you go to advanced settings, this is where you'll set your OpenAI model. Obviously, I'm on the free account, so you need to have to get to use GPT-4 on Relevance. You have to have at least that pro account that was $20 a month, so you'll need to upgrade to that to have this work. So you'll want to select GPT-4. I'm using GPT-4o in this case, but the ones I recommend would be 4o currently. This can change over time because AI models change. So GPT-4o currently works for this. GPT-4 works for this, and then Claude Sonnet 3.5 works for this. Claude Sonnet used to be the best for this and the best and smartest model, but unfortunately they nerfed it and neutered it. So right now I'm just using 4o, which is the cheapest. So once you have your AI dialed in, all you do is hit save changes, and then you can test it right here. So now I'm obviously not using GPT-4o on this account because I don't have the premium account on this one. But if you have it set to GPT-4o, this is where you can test it and talk to it. Now the AI, because when you test it in this format here in the window, because you sent the initial message through this window, it doesn't have some of the information for context like the phone number and the time and the name. So when you test it in here, this is just going to be you're not going to be testing the tools in this format. Through here, you're going to have to, when you test tools to make sure the tools are working correctly, you're going to want to text it. So once you have it all set up with the Go High Level, you're going to text it through Go High Level. And that way it gets the correct information to actually be accurate with bookings and stuff like that. Because remember, when we triggered this test run through Go High Level, it came with all this information. But if you're going to test it in, if you're going to send an initial message through Relevance AI, this information will not be there. So the AI will not have context at the time to book. So if you want to give it the context, you can just tell it this information. And that way the AI can accurately book calls and notify Go High Level. But again, when you're testing it in Relevance, most of the time you're just going to be testing to make sure it's following the conversation flow correctly. I know this is maybe complicated and confusing. Hopefully you can break it down into a simple enough format where you can understand how it's all pieced together. I know there's a lot of moving pieces here, but like I said, that's why I'm giving you guys the templates to try and make it easy as possible. So, yeah. So once you have everything, you've changed the prompt the way you want it to. I recommend you get it set up and connected to everything, and then you start messing with the prompt, and that way you can test it correctly to make sure it's doing what you want it to do. Now, if we need to go and configure our tools so they actually work. So the way we do that is we're going to configure let's configure the calendar first. So we'll go to edit. And so this is the information AI fills in on behalf of us behind the scenes. So if you look at these two boxes, the AI behind the scenes, when it's talking to us, is going to basically fill out these fields for us so it can accurately check for Google Calendar availability. So the AI is going to take care of this behind the scenes, and you can see that. If we go look at check calendar availability, you can see the AI filled in the time slots for us, which is right here in this format. We tell it, this is the format it has to fill out the time slots that it's searching for it in. Now, it then comes down here, and then this is where you'll select your Google Gmail account right here. And so then you can see start date, that information that it fills out is then put here, and same thing with end date is also here. So it's in the correct format. This is where you define for it how long the time slots are going to be. So if you want to do, I did 30-minute time slots. If you want to do hour time slots, then you'll put in 60 because this is in minutes. So this is however many minutes you want the booking to be for the booking slot you're checking for, or the time slots returned are. So we have start time of working hours, and then we have basically the business hours. When are the time slots returned for? 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. In this case, but you can change this to be whatever your business hours would be. Or if you're taking whatever calls whenever, you can change it to be whatever. And then this is where you define your time zone that you're searching. And then then this outputs that long list of times, which the AI then reads, and then is able to tell your lead when you're not available for speaking or bookings. So that is how this tool works. Now, this tool is pretty much pre-configured for you. I believe it should be, because like I said, I'm sharing these templates with you, so I've already configured everything for you. But you can customize these parameters. Now, obviously, these need to stay the same, and then you obviously connect the correct account to your Go High Level, or not Go High Level, to your Google. You'll obviously connect whatever your Google Calendar account would be here. And then, so yeah, that's pretty much for this tool. You'll hit save. This is the save button. You'll need to always, and you can test this tool and make sure it's working correctly by pasting in a time in this format. So, you could basically test this by copy pasting that in there. Now, this is the year 2000, which 2024, it is 07. Now, if you were to copy paste this, put this down here, and make the time you're searching for 2. Now, this would be, I believe that's 1:30 in the morning. So we want to do 13:30 to 14. This should be 1:30 to 2. And then if we were to hit run all, yeah. So we hit run all, you can see it returned our list of availability. So these are all available 30-minute time slots for in between these time periods. And obviously, if that time slot was not available, so if 1:30 to 2 o'clock was not available, it would be missing from this time slot, and the AI would be like, oh, that time slot is missing. Sorry, that's unavailable. And then it'll look at these and be like, okay, but we do have these other time slots available. So that's how that works. But again, this should be pre-configured for you, and you can just change these pieces right here. But yeah, so we'll hit save, jump over and go hit the back button here. So that is Google Calendar availability. So let's jump down and do these in order. Let's do Google scheduling appointments. So this is where it actually schedules the appointment for us. So, and you can see when I did that test run, it burned 4 credits. So that's what I'm saying. You need to buy the Pro plan to get an actual usable amount of credits, which is 10,000 credits. So if we go over to build here, you'll see again we have the same thing. We have the same start date and end date, but now we have a few different things. We have the name, so this will be the contact's name, and then the conversation details. Now the description is what tells the AI how what information needs to go in this box right here, and then how, what information, what format. So that's why I'm very specific with the format here in the start date and the end date, as well as the name and conversation details. So if we jump back over to this and we look at the scheduled appointment, when they actually scheduled the appointment, you can see end date, put in the end date, put in the name, which was my contact name, which was provided as context in the beginning of the conversation, and then conversation details, it put in the brief summary, and then the start date. So if you look back and we jump back over to the tool here, you can see any notable details provided by the contact in the conversation or the discussion. So that's where the AI puts that information, and the name goes here, and that's what all gets put into Google Calendar. So you can, if you want more information, you can add that by putting a new text input here and then naming it and then defining the description, what information the AI should put in this box. And then you could reference that box in the description here by just putting brackets, and then if you add a new thing, it should pop up here and you can click that and add it. So that is how that works. Now obviously you would select your Google account once you've added it, and then this is where you'll add attendees email lists. So depending on how you want to do this, You either add just your email, and that way you get a notification or whatever when the call's booked, or if you want them to get the notification of the booking, I believe it sends a notification of the booking. In the attendees email list, so I guess they can modify the event if they want. This is where you would add their email. So what would this look like? You would have to have the AI. Now, if you collect this information from the get-go in your form, you could send that information here in your initial greeting so the AI has context of their email address. And then if you don't do that, you can have the AI ask for the email address. And then once the AI asks for the email address, it knows. And then you could put another text input. And you could do email of contact, and then change this to email. And then you could reference that down here by putting double brackets, email. And then now the AI will put their email address in this box, and whoever, or the email addresses of anybody that's going to be on the call. So that's how that would work. You could, now this is required, so if you don't want the AI to put the contact's email in there, just fill in your email here or another email address, and that way this will work. And then so you can have their emails or your email here, but you do have to have an email. And then this tool runs and then books the call on the calendar with this information. So that is how this tool works. And then that is the AI, gives the AI the ability to book your calls and check availability. So let's go over the Go High Level, update contact fields, insurance. So we'll go to edit. Go High Level, update contact fields, insurance. So again, these are the fields the AI is going to be filling out. So it's going to be update the field, the summary. So this is going to be that notification I got of the booking to the business saying what lead booked for what time and all the details and all that other stuff. So the AI knows what to put in this box: conversation, summary of the conversation, the phone number, what now this is important because this is important for Go High Level. We need the phone number of the contact for Go High Level to accurately send this or accurately place this information in the correct Go High Level contact. And then the name of the contact. So the AI knows the phone number and the name because we sent that information initially with the initial greeting. And then, so to this one is an API request. So I've already defined here in the JSON object what information goes back to Go High Level. And then your URL, so this is, the way this tool is set up is this is going to a Zap in Zapier. Now this is where you would, I'll show you how this is set up. So you guys will have to do this on your own as well. So if God bless my damn dog. 1 second, I gotta go get this damn dog. So, the way this works is you have a Zap. This is the easiest way to do this without getting into coding is to do this through Zapier automations. So you can directly have your agent send this information directly to Go High Level through their API, but it's just more complicated and there's some coding required and it's just not is easy to make super beginner friendly. So we're using Go High Level as like a middleman here to make this easier and beginner friendly for you guys. So what we're going to do is we'll jump back over to our Zapier here. So real quick, I'm going to put together a quick webhooks app just to show you exactly what these look like and how to do it if you've never done this before. It's very simple. You're going to trigger, you're going to search, if it doesn't show up here, just search webhooks by Zapier. You're going to choose event. It's going to be, in this case, you're going to do a catch hook, and catch hook is just receiving data from another place. Remember, the data in this case, well, in both cases, you have the one case, the data is going to be received from Relevance, from your Relevance AI agent, and then when that's when it's responding to Go High Level or responding to the lead, and then when the a message is coming from the lead to the AI agent, you're going to be receiving data from Go High Level. So both all the time it's going to be catch hook. And then so this is where you're going to paste your webhook into wherever it is in the tutorial you're doing it. And remember, when you're first doing this for the first time, you're going to hit test trigger. And I'll, just so I can make sure I'm very thorough in this tutorial, I'll do this really quickly here. So when you go to whatever tool you're pasting this into, you're going to be making multiple different webhook zaps, 4 of these for all the different tools. All you're going to have to do is go to, we'll just do this, each of your tools, whenever you paste the webhook in, do it in this case, you just put test, and remember these are just, we're just testing, we're just sending test values to make sure everything's working. These values will be the actual, when you actually run your agent, they'll be whatever they need to be. So if we hit run all, we go back and hit test trigger, you should see receive some data here, and this is the test. And that's what you're going to move forward with. You're going to continue with selected record. And this is where you're going to search either lead connector, depending on which part of the tutorial you're in. It's either the lead connector for sending the data back to Go High Level. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when we get, based on where you're at in the tutorial. And then Relevance AI. So depending on which one you do, that you'll continue on with creating the zap. For relevance, you'll hit run tool. Like I said, I'll break this down in the tutorial. You're going to choose your account. Now again, to choose the account, you'll hit connect new account. You'll see at some point in the tutorial, I'll go over this a bit more again. But your API key and project ID will go here. You'll see where I reference that in the future. Tool ID is where you're going to select your tool, and then it's going to ask you for the data you need to run that tool. So that is how you do, you set up a basic webhook zap. And again, you're going to be doing these 4 times in this tutorial. And these are the different zaps we're going, and I'll go over more of these other ones here in a second, but these are all the zaps that connect Go High Level to Relevance AI. And so again, this is the easiest way to do this without getting into coding and API keys and auth tokens and just more complex stuff. It's, like I said, just not super beginner friendly if you don't know code. So we're going to use Zapier as a middleman here. Now, this is the zap we're using. So Relevance AI insurance, update custom fields. So you guys will need to create these. So all it is a webhook, and then if it'll load, all it is a webhook, and then under name we have the name, the phone number, and then the AI summary. So when the wrong one, but the AI triggers that tool, it just basically inputs the name, which is the name of the contact, the phone number of the contact. So this is how it goes to the correct contact through lead connector. So this is just a webhook to Go High Level's lead connector. If you're not sure how to set these up, you'll just there's some super simple YouTube videos on how to set up lead connector. And then the AI summary field, which, like I said, you guys this will be in this, I'll give a snapshot of my Go High Level so that you can import all the correct fields and tags and all that stuff and workflows, so you guys can just piece all this together and get it up and running. So, this is where the AI summary will go, and that way this goes, the AI summary is the, so you can see here the JSON object it gets sent out to the webhook, and all you have to do to connect these two is go to hit edit, and then summary, and if we go to test, you can see when the information comes through, it comes through as name, phone, AI summary. So that's how it works. The JSON object basically splits the individual pieces up so that they come through correctly. And then all you need to do to make this work is take the webhook in your webhook when you set up your Zapier, and then just copy that webhook and paste it in here, the URL. And then hopefully this should already be set up, but all it is JSON object and then this snippet of code, which is JSON, and this is how, and then you can see the parentheses reference each of these fields here. So that's how we send the information through that the AI puts into these boxes. So that is how that tool works. You paste your webhook in and then save. And so now this tool is set up. And then in Zapier, again, you'll need to get this data to come through, you'll need to, when you set this up, you'll need to go into, basically what you'll need to do to get this information to come through is just go to use. Now, if you just type something in here, type something in there and then just type test, and if you hit run tool, and if we go back to Zapier here, you can see that that information was just passed through, and then you'll go proceed by adding the lead connector step and then putting your API key and setting it all up. And if you're not sure how to set a lead connector for Go High Level, or you're new to this, there's some super simple YouTube videos on how to put it all together. Just look up how to set up lead connector in Zapier and it will show you. So that is how that tool works. Hopefully that all makes sense. And then you just publish. And so we're using Zapier, like I said, as the middleman between Relevance and our Go High Level account. Now, obviously, you can set this up for similar tools up for different softwares. So you can set this kind of tool up for other softwares as well that are different from the lead connector, like ManyChat or whatever else it might be that you're interested in using. So that tool is up and running. So go ahead and delete these. So go back. So that is that tool. Now, the way we actually set this AI up so it talks back and forth with our leads, and this is how you give the AI the ability to go back and forth with Go High Level, is through Go High Level Zedd Insurance Agent. So the way this works is this is how the AI talks back and forth with Go High Level and our lead. So this is the way this tool is set up. So if we go to edit, this tool basically, the AI is not filling in these boxes here. So the way you know that is if you go to this gear, make input into an AI agent setting. So the AI, when this is checked, the AI agent basically puts this information in. So if we go to, this tool is different. This tool is basically, this information comes into this tool from Zapier and from Go High Level, and then goes to this step, which is message agent. Now this is where you'll put in the agent's the agent's ID, and the way you find that is if you go to, so we'll do that in a second. So this is the agent ID, you'll put that in here. So this will be different for each person, should be, I think. So then you go to message from, so you'll see all these different fields. So this is, remember when we ran this agent over here and this information came in? So you can see that this is the information that goes to the agent with each message. So the agent has context. Now, conversation ID is the ID of the individual ID of each person the agent has having a conversation with. That way it has separate conversations with each separate lead and has memory for each individual conversation and can accurately recall the previous messages from each conversation, and that way that's what makes the AI have memory. So the way we find our agent ID is if you're looking at your agent, which this is my other one, but if you're looking at the agent, you go to configure agent, agent profile. All you have to do is go to API, and if you look here, request body agent ID, you just copy what's in the quotes here. So when you copy what's in the quotes, now the way you would do this would be through, that was for my other agent. I believe the identities are the same, but the way you do that is just go back to your agent from that tool, Go to your gear, again, same thing, API. And so, oh no, they are different, I think. So copy the identity, the agent ID. By the way, I like the reason I call him Zedd is because I have a little alien on it with a headset on as the picture. So go back to your tool and go high level here, go to edit. So if we go down to agent, we go to, and this is where we paste in the identity, the ID of the agent. And then, so now this message will go to that agent, which is the one we want it to, the one you imported from my template. And this should already be configured. Like I said, this should come in like this, I believe. So like I said, you can see how it's all set up. And then so the way this goes is information comes in from Zapier and from our Go High Level, in which contains the message. So this is the message from the contact to the AI, and then all this other information so it can accurately use our tools. And then the agent, this gets sent out to the agent, and the agent makes a response. That response comes down through here, and then goes back out through that through a different webhook, just like the one we set up. So the one we set up is basically the same. This is just another JSON object with the message from the agent, the contact ID, the name, and the phone, and that's how it goes back to the correct contact and Go High Level. So this is just a big loop of what's happening. So this Zapier webhook is the way you set up this Zap is in Zapier. You'll set up another webhook, and this one will be Relevance AI to Go High Level message. So this is just another webhook, just like we had before. You'll paste your webhook in. So I'll just do it again I'm just trying to make this as beginner friendly as possible. So you'll set this Zap up from scratch. If you're not sure how to set up Zaps, just look up a simple how to set up webhook in Zapier. So copy the URL. Now I already have these Zaps set up, but you'll need to set these up from scratch. You can do it in literally 2 minutes. Super simple. You'll paste that webhook in here, and then you'll save. And then the way you can send the data through, so when you initially test your webhook, it's going to say something like waiting for data. It's going to be like waiting for data to come through, waiting for a test to test the webhook. So the way you do that is just put in a test message. You can put in test into literally every single one of these. Like that's all you need to do is do like well, yeah, you can do that. You can just put in test, run all. And then the AI will make the response to test and then come back out through here, and it'll go back and get sent through to your webhook, just like we did in the last webhook I showed you a few minutes ago. And so then you can, you should, if you find a new record, a record will come in, and then you can proceed to set the lead connector step up with this. And then so as long as you're using the snapshot that I had in my lead connector, or not lead connector, my snapshot and Go High Level, and you have your account connected, and you should see the field. Well, obviously these fields will definitely be here. So you'll put full name in there, and that just looks like this is the data passed through the webhook. So you'll put the name there under full name, phone number, under phone number. You'll mark lead as true, and then AI response is where you'll put the message from the AI. So message content, message from the AI, and then that's all one. So obviously you'll publish that, and then this is going to send the message back from the AI to your Go High Level account. And that is that tool. So that tool basically gives the AI the ability to go back and forth with the lead. Now, some people we'll get to that in a second. So that is how the AI responds, uses all the different tools, responds to Go High Level. Now you can obviously make your own custom tools and make new tools and with different API calls. If you're, I don't want to say advanced because it's not really advanced, but it's just a bit more technical. But you can have your AI like update a spreadsheet or update I don't even know, a different CRM, or you can pretty much hook your AI up to different anything you want with tools. But again, like I said, there's a little bit more technicality to it. All right, so we have our tools set up and everything's up and together here. So this is where we need to actually connect the Go High Level workflow to our AI agent here. So the way I kick off this AI agent is with this workflow here, which is called the greeting. This is just simulating somebody filling out a Facebook ad lead form or a lead form for a Go High Level landing page. Information gets submitted. So the way this goes is this is an SMS, so we're going to be doing an SMS message because this person is going to be talking through, we're going to be doing text message. Ads tag, AI Go. Now this AI Go tag, again, assuming you're using my Snapshot, what AI Go does is AI Go essentially allows the AI to only respond to people who come through a specific workflow to kick off the conversation, because we don't want the AI to respond to every single old contact we have that texts our business. We only want the AI to respond to walk new leads through this conversation, or leads with a certain tag that we want them to speak to through the conversation. We don't just want the AI responding to everybody willy-nilly. So the AI Go tag gets added, and that means, and later in the workflows, they can only enter the AI workflow with that tag. And then this is where our first webhook is at. So this is where we define, now again, you can set initial workflow up for to do a lot of different things. You can have this respond to fresh leads from ads. You can have this respond to a list of contacts that you want it to text message and reach out to and try and set up a meeting for. You can modify this AI to work for different use cases. I'm just, like I said, trying to give you the tools and knowledge to be able to do that and demonstrate how it kind of works. So this is where, if we jump back over to our our Zapier. I hate the new Zapier menu. This is annoying. So in here you can see we have two other zaps here, and these zaps basically send the messages to our Relevance AI agent. So the way this works is we go to Relevance AI Insurance, and then we have the Relevance AI greeting. So if we click the greeting, now you guys will again need to set these up, but I'm going to show you how they're set up. So all it is another webhook. Now this webhook URL in this one is this right here, is this webhook right here. So the greeting is this webhook, and then we have a custom data that goes through time, and then this information goes through. So this gives the AI the time that this is happening at, so it has context and can book calls correctly and knows what time it is. So whenever somebody fills out the form, they get sent out to this webhook. It comes to our AI here. This trigger happens. The AI essentially kicks off the conversation with this user, with this contact, and then over here on the left, you'll see a list of different conversations happening. So then when you set in this up, you'll go from webhook and you'll add a new step. It'll be Relevance AI. Now this is where you'll connect your Relevance AI. And I forget how they make you do it. Got you. So you have to go to Relevance AI, get your API key and project ID. So where these are at is you go to Relevance AI here, and you go to your integrations. If you scroll to the bottom here, you'll be able to see your Relevance API keys. So this is where you'll copy your project ID, create new secret API key, and paste those into those boxes. And that is how you do that. So then you'll connect your account, you'll hit continue. Now this is where you select the tool you're going to be. So there's a couple of different actions you can do here. So the event, there's run tool. You're going to click, it's going to be run tool. Now you may be wondering, well, why not message agent? Because we're talking to the agent. The reason we're not doing a message to the agent is because the agent doesn't send a reply back in this case. It sends a message to an agent, doesn't wait for a response. You need the response from the AI in this case. So what we're doing is we're actually running a tool which executes a tool in Relevance AI and then waits for a response from the tool, which, if you remember, our tool is really just sending it to the AI, so the AI then makes a response to the tool and the tool sends it back here. So this is how we're going to be doing our agent is going to be responding, is through a tool rather than directly through the agent in Zapier. So we're going to be running the tool that talks to the agent, and then the agent's going to respond to the tool. The tool is going to come back here, and then the response doesn't even come back here, but because the way this is all set up, it makes the response to the tool, and then the tool outputs the response not back to this Zap, but to our Go High Level Zap. So you're going to select the tool you're going to be running it to. It's going to be Go High Level Zedd Insurance Agent. And then the message, remember the trigger word, this is going to be the greeting. This is going to be the message that triggers our AI, which is going to be our trigger word, insurance. Now, obviously, you can change this to be different or however you want to do this. But yeah, so I put mine as insurance. And then the time, so this is where we select the custom data that came through underneath of custom data time. Put the time in, and then phone number and full name, which came through the webhook here. And this gives the AI the information needed to work with all our tools and know the time and all that stuff. So hit publish. Alrighty. So go back to our zaps here. Stupid, I gotta go back to this dumb menu every time. The new. Alright, so now this is then everything after the greeting is going through this zap right here. This is the same thing. It's just another webhook. Now this webhook goes in the Go High Level workflows. If you download the snapshot I give to you, this workflow goes through the message to AI 2.0. All right, so this is the workflow for that your webhook is going to go to. So remember when we were just here in the Relevance AI insurance. So the webhook right here from this zap. Again, you'll have to create these zaps from scratch, but they're very simple and quick to make. That webhook is going to go right here for this webhook. So these should be blank when you get them. You'll hit save action, save. And then there's another one right here. This webhook, if it doesn't let you proceed, you can also copy that one in here. This this is for if you want to have a second agent that does something for your Facebook and Instagram. You will need to have a webhook link in here. Now, again, you can, like I said, set up a second agent for your Facebook and Instagram to handle like inbound requests for anything if you're interested. If you are not, all you really could do is just delete this right here entirely, and just delete this, and then just delete the this entire branch right here, and then just have the SMS branch, and then you don't have to worry about it. But just in case you want to set up a second agent for your Facebook and Instagram, you can do that and put that webhook there. But you can always delete, again, like I said, delete that branch. So that is, again, so remember this, the way this webhook is going to this zap, and remember this zap right here, if you look, all of these pieces of data that are going to this zap that it's requesting, remember those are the same as what is in this tool. So that tool, whatever is in this tool, is going to be requested by the zap when you try to run this tool in Zapier. So you'll know for this for this tool, the information is going to be put here by Zapier when you fill out when you put the Zap together. So that's just a clarifying point in how that works. And again, this is the same pretty much for as we just went over a few minutes ago for the greeting as well. The only difference is instead of having the message from the user, it's just going to be your trigger word. And that is that. Anyway, so we'll jump back. So that's how the AI sends the message to Relevance AI through that webhook. So you'll set this one up for that workflow message to AI. And then the way the AI triggers the messages come in, so you have this workflow here, which is from SMS, from IG, from Facebook. So based on where the source comes from, they'll get this response channel under the contact will be switched to the appropriate channel. This is what allows the AI to, first of all, the contact message to go to the appropriate AI agent based on the response channel, the SMS versus the Facebook and Instagram AI that we just went over. Now, obviously, for this particular case that I'm showing you guys, it's going to be through SMS every time, but you can obviously have an AI for your Facebook and Instagram as well. Now, you'll obviously want to change the webhook and that other workflow or even turn it off or move it for people who come through SMS and Facebook if you don't have an AI for those people. I don't want to get too confusing here, but so if they come through the SMS, they'll be labeled as SMS, update message 1. So they'll be labeled as an SMS. They'll come through, they'll update this first message field with the first message. It waits 30 seconds and then triggers the AI to send the message out to our Relevance AI agent. And that same thing happens here for these as well. Now, this is how the AI handles the second message. So if in that first 30 seconds they send a second message before the message goes out to the AI, that message will come through this workflow and then update the second message field, message 2, which when the AI triggers to go to when the AI triggers to go through to the AI agent in Relevance, it's going to receive both of those messages from the customer at one time, so it can make a reply to both, and that's how that works. Now, if you look at these workflows right here, if you look at these workflows, you'll see that they'll only be triggered if they don't have the AI stop tag and they have the AI go tag. So this is how we have the AI respond to only the people we want and the people that come through the correct workflow to trigger the AI response. So now, obviously, for your Facebook and Instagram, they're not coming through that channel for the SMS. There's no AI go because they didn't come through an ad or anything. They're just messaging your page, so they don't have that tag. And the AI will respond to anybody who messages your Facebook and Instagram page, unless you tag them with AI stop. So that's how these ones work. But SMS will only respond to with the AI go tag and not the AI stop tag. So if we go to workflows, so that's how the different workflows. Business notification. This is when the AI updates that Zap to let us know that somebody's ready for a call or when it booked a call. That comes here. The AI summary field is updated by the AI, as you saw. That comes here, and then SMS gets sent to. Now we obviously switch this to. This went to my phone number, but you obviously switch this to an internal notification. I set this up to go so it would be texted to me so I could show you guys. Send internal notification. And then you can set this to be whatever you want. I'll do SMS. Just do all users, and you can change this. Lead. And then you put summary. Now, this means that this notification will get sent to whoever the users are in your business, letting them know, like, hey, this person's got a call scheduled for X time. Now, you can obviously change this up so it goes to a specific user or whatever it is. You can make it work for and then removes them from the workflows. The reason that's important is because we don't want the AI to send the automatic follow-up to them once they don't want the AI to automatically follow up with the message saying hey, just refreshing this conversation if they booked a call. We don't, that doesn't make sense. So that removes us from the workflows. And then if we add the AI stop tag, it removes us from all the workflows, or from the workflow, this one as well, where basically we don't want the AI to, again, if we add the AI stop, we don't want the AI to then follow up with the automatic follow-up. So those are the different workflows. Again, these will be available in Snapshot. And then the different zaps that tie everything together, allowing the AIs to talk back and forth with your leads. And then the AI agent with the instructions and all the different tools that it has access to, and then how to customize everything. Now, obviously, you guys can. Relevance AI is a really cool platform because one of the cool things you can do is have multi-agent teams. So what that means is you can have an AI agent that handles your leads for your all your different business. Like all the different things you're doing in your business. So if you have you could have a mortgage protection AI agent, you could have a final expense AI agent, you could have an agent for IULs, you could have an AI agent for whatever it is, and you could have so if you look here, you have what you can. I don't have any on this account because this is, like I said, I just set this account up so I could show you guys what it would look like to set this up from scratch. But if you go to sub agents, you can create an agent, a sub agent, and you could basically make. If you want to get really technical, you can make like an overseeing agent that handles certain tasks and then tells your AI agents, that gives your AI agents or sub agents tasks. So you can make like actual businesses with business leader, and then a agent for cold outreach, an agent for warm lead follow up, and you can just do like a ton of different things and give them all different different tools to work with, and basically and you can tell the AI like, hey, message all of my here's an age lead list, message all these leads, and see if they're available for calls, and then that AI agent could delegate that task to one of the sub agents who has the tools and everything to do that. I mean, obviously that's getting very much more complex than what we just built, and obviously, like I said, if you're just getting into these agents, it can be a bit overwhelming to set all those different things up. So, but just to give you an idea of the power, you can do all kinds of customized things and custom setups, and do pretty much anything you think of. But anyway, guys, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to go over here. You do have the ability to give your AI agents knowledge bases, and the knowledge base will basically give your AI data to work with. So if you have you have like a list of contacts or all these different things, you can give your AI the ability to, let's just say you have a list of leads. You can upload that knowledge in here, and then your AI can access their information and do things with that information, like text them if you have it set up correctly, or email them, or whatever it might be. You can do all kinds of things, or information about your business. Like you could upload information about your business and SOPs and all this different stuff. Like I said, guys, you can do pretty much anything you want. So anyway, guys, hopefully you found that valuable. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I think I hit pretty much everything we needed to hit. I'm also thinking about doing a tutorial on AI voice agents for inbound and outbound. Basically, the AI can call your prospects and set appointments, or basically do what we just did over text here, but have it do it with the calling. Now, if you're not aware, the AI phone calling has come a long way in the last month and a half or so, with some new tools that have come out that make the voices much more realistic, with emotion and inflection, and just much better performance and not robotic sounding. So I've got one of those up and running as well, that books calls and does basically the same thing the AI agent we just went over in the text messaging does here, but does it over a phone call. I'm thinking about coming out with one of those tutorials as well. If that's something you're interested in, please let me know in the comments. And if you guys get stuck on anything, or if you're confused about anything, please let me know in the comments so I can make try and help you, walk you through it. And if you guys are interested in having something like this built for you, I do offer that as a service. I do have a really good offer where basically we set this system up for you, and you only start paying for it once it's provided you, once it's paid for itself already. So you can actually use the AI agent set up for you, done for you, set up by me, and you only pay for it once the AI has actually started paying for itself. So that's what's cool about it. Is like I said, I want to get these agents set up for you for businesses and have them doing absolutely amazing work for people's businesses. And like I said, you guys will be able to. That's an option as well if it's something you're interested in. But if you're more of a DIY person, like obviously here's everything you need to set it up and get it running. So anyway, guys, if you're interested in working with me, check the link in the description. There's a form you can fill out there if you want to be contacted about this offer. But if not, like I said, guys, let me know if you have any questions about how to set this up yourself. And anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this and got tons of value from it.